Blarla. Hello peeps and welcome back to 2 Point Hospital. Welcome back to Duckworth-upon-Bilge, where we have completely rejigged the hospital. We very carefully went through each room, removed all plants, all bins. There's no vending machines in the corridors. Instead we have sweet dispensers and drinking fountains to reduce labour for our janitors and all this sort of stuff, and made it fairly attractive and functional to use. We've also built ourselves a research department and a training room. Yes, and we spent quite a lot of money building this. We've even got a supercomputer in here for a smooth 20 thou, and we've also got these encyclopedia bookcase two, aren't they? So they were £4,000 each, so very expensive. Spending money, but in the right places is the idea. Today, it's staff and to actually start getting this hospital moving forwards. Now, staff will spend most of this level in the higher screen, to be honest with you, because we are going to be excruciatingly picky about our staff. Because normally this doctor here, a positive class clown, would be an instant get for me, and he might be to fill a gap, but he's not a keeper for this hospital at all. No. So who do we have on staff? Let's look at our doctors. So first of all, look at this. We've got somebody who makes the hospital dirty. Not good at all. So I instantly want to get rid of him. And this traits boring, makes people bored. This is probably one of the most dangerous traits in a hospital, in my experience. So both these doctors need to go. I actually find boring more dangerous than dirty. So we are going to fire her instantly. And we are going to hire Perry, who will fill a gap. So that's what we'll do. We are going to hire Perry. He is also trained in GP, so that's fantastic. So we're going to make him our GP. And to be honest, that's the only doctor that we need. And because I don't like this guy, we're probably going to sack him as well. He isn't needed. We're going to get rid of him. So saved our money there on getting rid of 2 rubbish student doctors and employed a rather good GP. Lovely. Now we are going to take a look at the others here. Inspiring. So it could be a good research and backup GP, maybe. Inspiring, motivated, quite a good doctor. But what we really want on this level is will work for peanuts. That's what we want. So, you know, we'll keep Bork around for the moment. But not overly excited about Bork. So we sorted out our doctors. Now we've got 2 nurses. Now the problem with that is that we have a ward and we have these 2 rooms as well. Let's take a look at our nurses. So, do you know, we quite like Rupert Vacuum, fantastic name, and we don't mind either Clint Bright. So they're both fairly good nurses. What have we got in the higher screen here? Unhygienic, definitely not Ellie. Unhygienic, definitely not Usha. Joey, because we've got the pharmacy as well. So Joey he's expensive, but might help fill a gap for now. He's not a keeper though. So we're going to bring him on board because we've sacked, you know, a doctor, so we can afford a nurse. So what we're going to do with this nurse is put him full-time in the pharmacy. Then we've got positive, funny, romantic. Right, romantic, they can work both the diagnostic rooms for the moment, and Rupert here, because of the positive and funny, is going to work in the ward. So there we are. For now, they are our nurses. Then we have Marvin here. Funny, unhygienic. Don't like him. So what have we got in the way of assistants? has potential. Illiterate. Fée de la creme. No. Wants more money and is terribly dull. Just the worst thing in any hospital to get, really. Okay, so I think for now, because they do have some emotional intelligence training, which we might be whipping out quite a bit of emotional intelligence training, we're going to bring them on board. We're going to sack Marvin, and she will work on reception for us. Now we have no janitors at all. No janitors at all. Very expensive. Also illiterate, short temper and unhygienic. No. So a weak bladder. Really bad for a janitor, but we are just going to need a janitor to get us started. We might go, though, with Hannah. Kestrel, because she has the upgrade, and sometimes we get public targets to upgrade machines, and when we get those we're going to want to do them, so it might be that she will do everything for us, plus she has some emotional intelligence training, so, and a good teacher, a natural teacher, and she can teach people these things. So I think this is going to be our beautiful janitor for the time being, and with that we will unpause. There we go. New targets from Lord Foxbridge. Lord Foxbridge has contacted us with details of our targets for the upcoming months. See the summary below. We'll need to achieve this if we want extra funding to keep the hospital going. Now, in my opinion, you want to do every target that you possibly can. Okay, there's lots you need to say no to on this level, but these targets, I really don't think should be one of them. But we'll see. You never know. I might come across one I say no to. Seems unlikely. So we need to train a staff member. And do you know what we're going to do? We are interested in training a staff member as a researcher. Okay. So what we could do is bring this guy on board, right? Bring this guy on board. Put him in research. And we might try and find a good doctor. And here we are. This is what we're going to do. Here. General research. General research to earn some money for the hospital. So what we do is we effectively sell research for money. So that's what we're going to be doing. And this is going to be a constant thing. So for 1,000 doubloons, we'll get 20,000 back. So periodically, we will invest into research and expand this department and make it better at doing what it's doing. So we're going to start that. So he can immediately get onto that and keep him busy. What he will also be able to do is train a student doctor that we really like in research, because we don't have any members of staff that I'm interested in actually investing in training. So as I say, we will spend most of this level in the higher screen. I kid you not. You know, it's just one of those things. And that's pretty much the level. This is it now. There won't be much progression. There won't be much change. We'll just take things steady. And we'll slowly build up that reputation, which means that people will... patients will come more and more and more, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be dealing with them. We're not going to be racing for the stars on this level. We could be on Duckworth a little while, because I'm not going to build 8-bitten until Tarquin tells me to, will pay me to do it. It will become a target, so I'm inclined to wait for it. There's no reason for us to do it beforehand. We don't earn any money. It would cost us money to build it. It would cost us money to staff it. Yeah, you know what I mean. We don't have the money to burn. This may look like we've got a lot, but really it's not. It's really not. So bogworts, we have discovered bogworts for our pharmacy. Lovely. Albert. Fantastic bid. fantastic beard. He has bogwarts. Bogwarts, yeah, I've got an 80% chance of cure there. It's quite an easy one, isn't it? He was diagnosed straight up in the GP office. Oh, he did go to general diagnosis, actually. He did.
Treatment has failed. I'm sorry
Oh.
to say, a patient is dead.
Oh, already. We could train. That's another one, is you could train in ghost capture. That is something you could totally do. Terribly dull. No good to us. Weak blood. It's not great. It's not great. We don't really need him. If we don't need him, we don't need any marketers. Terribly dull. No good to us. Very expensive and a whole mishmash of stuff. Could be potentially good for some training, but... So this ghost is going to have to stay here for now.
Has sent in a very thorough quote for today's nice words of the day. Remember,
Yeah, because I'm going to want to try and keep training fairly cheap, which is why, I mean, he's going to get our research off the ground, right?
good ones come to those who wait.
Which will be really, really great.
Nice words,
But
Megan.
we can use him to train a student doctor that we really love in research. Will work for peanuts. Right, so I'm just going to pause this a minute. So cheese for brains for me is not an issue. It really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter that they're slower at learning. I don't care. He will work for peanuts. And this here, cheap and reduced salary expectations. This is the quality, the trait that we want on every member of staff that we are keeping in our hospital, and we're going to train these people. At the same time, he has no negative traits. Some may consider stupid a negative trait. I don't at all. Just because it takes him longer to learn doesn't mean he's a bad doctor. Not at all. He is a fantastic doctor. He is exactly what we are looking for in Duckworth. So we are going to get him in straight away. He's going to be worth the money. Now the argument is, do we bother to keep Perry here? Because I'm now quite happy to sack Perry. Now he's a good doctor, I know, but he's not as good as Alf here. Alf has exactly the same qualifications, and he's just as good at his job, but look at the price difference. You know, now I know that we have here plus 10% happiness and all the rest of it. He's a good doctor, I'm not denying that, and in any other hospital I would cherish him, but in this hospital not so much. I'm going to keep him in case it gets busy, but if we have trouble with money, he's the one that's going. So we now have a doctor that I'd be happy to train in GP2. We're going to ignore these upgrades unless Tarquin tells us to do something with them. No. Now, really fantastic. Really, really fantastic. But it's not that busy and she's not cheap. So, no, unfortunately not. Ghost capture. There we go. So what we might do with our two janitors now. Oh, you know what? They can both do everything. There we go.
Please go online to rate and review the hospital.
Lazy bones for the ward has been discovered. Okay. Now, we've got to watch this because we do have a public target, and at the moment I haven't found anybody, a doctor, to train in research, which means we might end up doing GP2 on our... Not on him. Ooh. Motivated. Motivation is not really that important for a doctor. That's more something you would want for a janitor. And again, a fantastic student doctor, not cheap though. We might still get her. I'm not overly keen, but you know what? We're going to do it. We're going to train her. We want the money at this point. We want the money. And she is cheaper than him. See what I mean? So we're still going to save money by doing it.
You never know. We might get lucky.
And then we will get the money for this public target, which means we can get onto more public targets. Because I don't want this money to fall too much. Don't want it to fall too much. No, we don't. Yeah, no, I don't think we're going to need you anymore. No. Great. Really, really good, but not cheap. And I like cheap. Again, really good. Actually, pause this a minute. Now, because they have upgrade, if we go into our staff, yeah. I was thinking we might be able to sack her. She is 13,000. She is 14. Interesting. No, we won't. Fine. I was thinking about swapping them out, but you know what? We won't be. Definitely not. Hello. There is no real need. There is no inclination to take on these at all. None. Other than, I guess, to get reputation kudos. Oh, look! 10 grand! Okay. I understand corrected. 6. The problem is we've only got one nurse in here who's tired, look. Okay. Let's send them on a break. We could do with finding another nurse, to be honest. Unhygienic will work for peanuts. Damn it. Can't have unhygienic. Oh, Rose. Breaking my heart. Hold the phone. Okay. Okay, will work for peanuts and is positive plus 10% happiness. Oh, you were so good. Sad times. So, Lionel, you're in. Upgrade for free. Excellent. Brilliant. That's what it's all about, people. Terribly dull? I think not. This is what it's all about right here. This level is so different. We play it so very differently. Get used to this bone-shaped building. We'll be here a lot. We will expand. It will come. I 3-starred Duckworth before on a stream, and it did come around this way. And we had DNA and surgery and all that sort of stuff. But it is slow. Don't expect anything to happen quickly. This is the way to play Duckworth. It's just the way that it is. There's no rush. And what's really lovely... We'll wait, actually, for Harrison to finish.
Word for thesaurus? More existential questions after this.
Right, let's send him back to work and work through, because he's now got himself a bit of a queue. So, what's lovely about Duckworth is it makes you play the game completely differently, learn about aspects you may have not spent a lot or a great deal of attention to up until this point. And I think this level helps really refine certain ways that you handle your hospitals, which is a really great setup moving forwards for some of the really difficult levels that are coming. So that is lovely. I love this level. I love this level. Can you tell? Right, let's get all these people in. Excellent.
Please go to the pharmacy.
Okay. Let's have a look. Wants more money. That's just the worst, Dwayne.
Training course completed.
There we go. 50,000 for that. Lovely. A natural mentor. We might, given that we've just got a bit of money in, we might just hire, because they're not bad. We might just hire them to be an extra nurse in the ward. I feel like we need one. Okay. Oh yeah, and what I should say is I tend to play on beta. Not only have we got spooky mode at the moment, but there was also a sandbox mode added. which I'll be playing on stream probably quite a lot in the future. But this feature has come to the game. So all rooms that do both diagnostic and treatment, which is your ward and your DNA lab, and your psychiatry, you can now decide whether you want them to do both, one or the other. Isn't that excellent? We'll be using this a lot in the future, I can assure you. So at the moment, that feature, this sandbox mode, is currently only available through beta, but I'm sure that will change in the next few days, and then everybody will have access to it. Yes, look at this. Lord Foxbridge has contacted us with the details of our targets for the upcoming months. Look at this. Upgrade a machine. Now is the time to upgrade a machine. Now is the time. What we might do is upgrade something in diagnostics. So this is 10 grand. It really doesn't matter because we're going to get 50 grand doing it. Do you know what? We might upgrade the easy scan. Let's get that going. Right. What we might do is wait for this backlog. Now that we've got 2 nurses in here, we might just wait for this backlog a little bit to go through. And then pull in this emergency, because it's we do have a backlog and it has taken up the beds because we've got this person waiting as well. Yeah, okay, that's fine. What's also nice is because I'm not racing ahead and expanding the hospital, we're just sort of letting the hospital tick over, and we earn our money a different way. We can just sit back and watch the simulation happen, which I really like as well. So it means that I am more inclined to look at the finer details. So we can see here, you know, lazy bones, which is quite easy, yet we failed the treatment, you know, and it was a 75% chance of success. Do you know what I mean? And they were quite bored, which means this nurse isn't doing a very good job at attending to needs, although they look pretty good. We can see all the needs going up there. So why is this person still bored? But they never got, yeah, their needs weren't really dealt with. So something went awry there. It's all good to look at. All good to look at. Have you considered promoting some of our staff? So this would increase his happiness. But, you know, I'm not entirely sure.
Nurse needed in general diagnosis.
If we're... Well, I suppose Sandy's getting quite close. Oh, Rupert will need promoting soon. Maybe. Do you know what? We'll give it a go. We'll try this. Please do come along because we like these rewards. Excellent. So if we could... How's this going? Are we clearing that? How many people was this? 6 with Jazz Hand. Okay. We've almost upgraded this machine, which is lovely for our money to pop back up, which is wonderful. Grumpy, terribly dull, hangry, which is not great for an assistant.
Nurse wanted in
What we're looking
cardiology.
for, first and foremost, is cheap. Right, let's just have a look. Let's compare this, because they've got 2 upgrades, which means they would upgrade faster. So how much are you? You're 13. Because they've got good mechanics. They're about the same price. So, do you know what? I might actually now sack Hannah here and keep Polly instead and see about doing this sort of business. Something like that. What? Clean up rubbish, clean up waste. Yeah, we might do something a bit like that. Okay. Alright. Staff promotion. Here we go. Now. Oh. There. So, you know, it's just it's a smaller new salary than we were going to pay out. Do you know what? We might actually make it 20. They'll stay happy for a little bit longer, so we'll do that. Training. No, sorry. So we've promoted one. Excellent. This is coming along. Oh, actually, yeah. Did I deal with that, Doctor? No. We can fire. What am I doing? We can fire him. That was a waste of money. Fire him. Save ourselves money on that. Excellent. Okay. No. Likes to argue. It's a shame because she's got ward management training. If we had a training target, she's exactly the sort of person I would employ. Train them up in ward management and then sack her. But we don't, so I won't get rid of her though.
After 4 rudderless years, 2 Point County has never been in greater need of strong leadership.
Now, this is cleared out a bit.
So vote for 4 more years.
They're entertaining each other. Let's accept this emergency now.
Tabitha Windsock. Wrong, but stable.
Wrong, but stable. What is this? New targets. We did it. Oh no, we've got another one. To upgrade another machine. Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, we'll upgrade then the heart racer. That's what we'll do. Fantastic. What is this? Jazz hand discovered. Oh, yeah. Here they come. Here they come. Right, can you be careful with that? That costs a lot of money. We're not made of money in this hospital. Pack it in. Once they've completed this research, that would have paid for that supercomputer. Then the next research would have paid for this room. Almost. So we won't be spending that money. We're just trying to get the research room to at least pay for itself before we start using that money to expand it. Okay. In they go. Look at her. Just calm down, Sandy. It's an expensive piece of equipment, don't you know? Grumpy and a litterer. No. Okay, will work for Peanuts and is an entertainer. Blimey. Blimey. Expensive, but has emotional intelligence training, has stamina training, does all the upgrades. We could get her trained in upgrade 3, and she's cheap. You know what I mean? She's cheap, as in we won't need to give her pay rises, and she won't get unhappy that her money's bad and all the rest of it. So she's, I mean, she is more expensive, but in the long run, worth it. So, Jesus, she wasn't around long at all, was she? Polly. Blimey. Sorry, Polly. Wasn't around long at all. So we're going to now fire her. This is what I mean. This is this level for me. It's just constant staff faffing about. The staff are everything in this level. The staff is everything. You know, if you don't get the staffing right, you won't do this level, guys. Staff are important. He was happy with the hospital. Fantastic. Excellent.
Staff announcement. Doctor, you've won. Please come out.
Please come out. All right, we've almost done this public
Bad
target.
news for the hospital who received a visit from Minister for Health, Tarquin Foxbridge this
There it
morning.
is.
Probably outlawed
Lovely, and
sneezing
hopefully
included a new tax on elbows.
We
Come on,
will
folks.
get this as
We've
well.
gotta vote these people out.
Remedy thrill. What I wouldn't do is build a ward to deal with an emergency. I mean, I barely tend to do that stuff in normal hospitals. Definitely not doing it here. Because 10 grand, oh god, we're killing them all. 10 grand wouldn't cut it. We really need to train these nurses. Unblock 8 toilets. Okay. Well, we've only got 3 at the moment. That one's in good nick. That one's in good nick. That one could do with an unblocking. Let's do it. Right. Queues are getting a little bit busy. Can we get some people out of here? Is there anybody? We can't deal with 8-bitten at the moment. Right, they're a little bit bored. Jules. What's making you unhappy? Exactly. A little bit bored, but you're not. It's not that bad, is it? Not that attractive necessarily. Do you know fountains are really good in this hospital? When we get good money, it's fountains that I plop down because over plants because they have a wide range of attractiveness with no maintenance or upkeep, which is fantastic. I need more people in the hospital using the toilets. We're going to get rid of this 8-bitten patient and then come back into here. What have we got? No.
Janitor, to repair drug mixer.
Could be really good for training. Do you know what I mean? Could be good for training. Another thing, let's just pause this minute. We don't have a queue over here. We have a slight queue over here because we've got one nurse working both these rooms. And this nurse is alright. We don't want them. God, what a fantastic janitor. My goodness. What a fantastic janitor. She's a real good all-rounder. But, I don't know. I've done it like this now. God, it's a shame. God, what a cracking janitor. Damn it. Might keep them around for training purposes. Can't quite make up my mind. Does anybody need the toilet? So the thing is, they probably use the toilets less because, you know, we don't have all these drinks machines and whatnot. Okay. Somebody use the toilets. Oh my goodness, that wasn't good at all, was it? What are they doing over there? They're just not trained enough. They have absolutely no ward management training at all. So, I think when we get training targets... Oh my goodness, don't use that. Stop using it. No. Is this going to catch fire? Is this going to catch fire? Can we get somebody to repair this? Oh, I'm scared. I'm scared that it's going to catch fire. I'm not happy about this. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you did, please hit that like button. As long as you are here, why not check out one of my delectable videos available? Feel free to come stalk me on social media and be sure to share this video with friends so even more may watch my SHIZWAH. See you next time, peeps.